What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new tactic video. Today we have got the best broken meta 5-3-2 tactic currently I have made this year. It's absolutely incredible, and today we're going to test with some pretty weak teams, including Burton, Brentford and also West Brom. So no teams that are clear favourites apart from one powerhouse that will save towards the end. So anyone that wants to use weaker teams, this video's for you. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and as always, make sure you got the bell turned on, because then you will never miss another upload. So today is all about overachieving, using teams that maybe shouldn't be exactly at the top and trying to get them as close to the top as we physically can. And the first team is going to be Burton over in Sky Bet League 1, where we do enjoy a great season, 36 wins, 6 draws and just 4 losses as well. The FA Cup and the Carabao Cup weren't exactly ideal, but we do make up for that by winning the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. I know, a really exciting trophy to win. We are going to win that on penalties over Stevenage, so just if you're wondering why we're not going to be a cup final highlight, it was quite a boring game that we just about got over the line. But this is all about how much we can push teams like Burton and turn them into what appears to be quite a powerhouse team in that relative league, and the aim is to do that also with West Brom and also Brentford. Of course, PSG are going to be in there purely for a quick recap of what happens if you do use this with a powerhouse team, but this tactic is usually deployed with weaker teams in your current league. Now, when we actually look at the stats in this league, we were really good. 110 goals scored, we had the best pass completion, the most possession. These are stat lines which, to be frank with you, wasn't really part of the plan to have that level of possession, to have that pass completion. But we obviously come out and were able to do that. Now, this isn't something that was naturally part, as I said, of the original plan, but we do play a low tempo, we do play with shorter passing, so naturally, you are going to have that possession level just as a added bonus almost. But luckily for us, we still scored a load of goals over Luton, over Stevenage, and defensively, we were absolutely rock solid. Now, the data hub is going to look like this: 2.39 goals a game, 0.7 conceded, a good amount of shots per game as well, a fantastic pass completion, and also very sensible out of possession, getting on towards an 80% tackle win ratio. So I mean, the first test has really impressed me here. I mean, promotion was the aim from Sky Bet League 1, I'm not going to hide it from you, but I was expecting to be in a bit of a playoff scrap, but we walked the league. Yeah, great job. Over to West Brom, and I'm going to show you the league table because I want to really go over this in depth, because we only actually lost 3 games and both of them were against relatively good sides. Now, alongside of us winning the league, you are going to see Ipswich and Leicester also gaining promotion, and there's some pretty good teams obviously in the Championship. You've got, well, ourselves, so I will say are not favourites to go up in Season 1. You've got Ipswich because we are playing on that sort of, you know, up-to-date database now, hence why they're in the Championship, for example. So they're probably, you know, one of the strongest teams in this game, because in real life they are going to be losing some players, but in this game they have got a lot of the players they originally had in the Premier League. So to top them is really significant, and it is done again by just having really good levels of the ball. I mean, 60% possession, a 91% pass completion in the Championship with not a favourite team is really strong. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, we do also have the top goals being scored, which is really good. The most shots, the fewest conceded. Defensively, absolutely incredible. And the way that I see this is, the possession sometimes comes as a negative, because you have this possession and you don't get the shots, for example. You don't get the goals, and that can become an issue. But from this season, from what I'm seeing, it was actually the opposite, because we linked everything all together. And it's not a win, it's actually a bit of a, you know, a bit of a battering, to be honest, but we do get to the semis in the Carabao Cup, which is really good. And you can see here, as a little spoiler alert, we are going to be at bare minimum in the Carabao Cup final, playing as Brentford against Arsenal. So that's going to be interesting to see what happened there. But you can see how good we are at overachieving with this system, because even with Brentford, we're putting 6 past a very strong Manchester team. Data hub looks like this, very similar, to be honest, but of course that better pass completion, very similar amount of goals being scored, conceded per game has gone up a little bit, but still very good. And I'm really liking how well this tactic performs, because with a 5-back I never question the defensive structure. I know we're going to be good when it comes to defending, but the fact we have got the possession, we can score goals, It's cracking. And in the FA Cup 5th round, we play Wolves, so I've got a very good batch of players, it has to be said. And although this was a bit of a gift, great ball through to Dijk from them, we're going to go 1-0 up inside of 10 minutes. And this was not an easy game. Wolves are actually a very, very strong team. Of course, a team which we would happily have a lot of their players in our team. But we started off so strong. I mean, we currently find ourselves 2-0 up in 16 minutes. And when you start games like that, you become quite comfortable, and I actually found myself 3-0 up just after half-time, and not needing to really use the attacking or defensive version in quite a big cup tie, so that was quite nice to actually have that balanced tactic pretty much do everything. With Brentford, we're not going to win the Premier League, but we are going to put ourselves in a top 4 position, and we are going to be very close to getting inside of 2nd place. Only 3 points are going to differ us from Liverpool, but the big one is that Carabao Cup win, which we are going to go over and watch the highlights of in a second. But the FA Cup, not too bad either, a quarter-final appearance, which sadly, we are going to lose to Chelsea 2-1. We actually lose 2-1 with both of our teams in the same stage, which is a little bit of a heartbreaking situation, but you know, top 4 in the Premier League is a big plus. Carabao Cup, winning that is a big, big plus. And we were very strong in the league. We can go and see again. We're up there with the big boys, you know. We're joint possession with Man City. Man City, joint possession, only 3% behind Arsenal, when outclassing a lot of the big teams when it comes to the possession and also the pass completion. We're just a fraction behind top, which is remarkable, and this is all done while scoring the most amount of goals. And defensively, we do fall off a little bit. That's why I include it in the videos to be 100% transparent. We are going to fall down to 6th when it comes to the conceded and 7th when it comes to the clean sheets, but I can't be annoyed with myself. I mean, it's a top 4 finish in the Premier League in Season 1 with no new signings, with a formation that probably doesn't even suit Brentford 100%. So I'm going to take that and run. And off to the Carabao Cup final. We get off to a great start. I mean, it's a great start. Inside of 9 minutes, 1-0, we're going to take it any single day. And set pieces are key to these tactics. And I keep banging on about it just to try and, you know, make people aware that you must go and get them set pieces. Either copy them or go and download them, because they do chip in with the stats that you see in the videos. And of course, if you're playing a save back home, you are going to have set pieces loaded. So when I test tactics, I do it in a sort of realism basis of having good staff in the club, having set pieces installed, and me waffling there, we go and concede too. So the game was all level. We are going to retake the lead though inside of 62 minutes, and things are looking pretty strong. And if they weren't, another set piece is going to come in, and again, yeah, I'll go and get them. And then lastly, the powerhouse test. I mean, what didn't we win? We're going to win the French League, the Champions League, the Trophée des Champions. We are going to win that 4-1 over Marseille. The French Cup, we're going to beat Monaco 2-1. A bit of an interesting final. 1-0 in the Champions League over Real Madrid. And as for the league, it was an absolute dominant display. We can go and see here, 61% possession, the best pass completion, fewest conceded, most clean sheets, most shots, most goals, most points per game. Everything you'd probably expect, to be frank, with a PSG team. And again, this is not the point of the video using a powerhouse, hence why I'm going over a little bit quicker with the powerhouse team. But this is what you can expect with a powerhouse team. The main attraction of today's video is what happens when you use a Brentford or a West Brom or a Burton. But for those of my viewers who do play as strong teams, I didn't want to isolate you. You can use this tactic as well. Now over to your favourite part of the video, that is going to be the tactic breakdown. If you are enjoying, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And as always, if you, that is right, you do enjoy rebuilds, make sure you are coming over to the second channel. We've just hit 5k subs. We post a rebuild every other day, meaning if you are subscribed to the tactic channel and the rebuild channel, you get a video every single day. And a little secret, there's tactics on there you don't see on here. So make sure you are going on over and checking the good stuff out. Let's go make today's tactic though. So to make today's tactic, you want to create your own style, and we are going to go and select, funny enough, the formation we're going to play. That is going to be a 5-3-2. A very balanced formation, very defensively sound, it has to be said. Very, very strong. What you see is what you get. A good midfield presence, a good back line, good attacking wing backs. Again, they do play a part, but as we've shown with West Brom, Burton, Brentford, you can get away with not having the likes of Trent, Nuno Mendes. You still can get results, but the big change here is actually the mentality. We are going to go and change to positive right off the bat. The goalkeeper is therefore going to be a sweeper keeper on defend, nice and simple, and he's going to have 2 instructions. Now, very rarely you see me actually apply instructions on goalkeepers, but I really wanted a risk-free option, so he is going to be told to take fewer risks and also tackle harder. Now, the tackle harder isn't the risk-free option. That's actually a bit more risky. Where it gets a little bit more out there is actually having to take fewer risks, because I don't really want him to be too risky with the passes that he is going to make. When it comes to the back line, we are going to use a central defender on defend on the right hand side, and he's going to be told to stay wide and also mark tight. Nice and simple. When it comes to the left hand side, it was so good the first time, we're going to go and do it again. He's going to be told to do exactly the same, of stay wide and also mark tighter. So these central defenders, of course, are going to apply a little bit of width. They're going to be quite tightly marking their players. They're naturally going to be quite reserved. They dribble less, they hold their position, they're not going to have too many shots, and it's quite good they do that because our wing-backs are quite aggressive. In the middle, we are going to use a ball-playing defender, but he is going to be set to cover, just to have that man a little bit deeper compared to the other two. For any balls in behind, we are going to have a man ready there to sort of, you know, lap it up and win the ball back. And he's going to be told to dribble more and also close down less. So, again, a lot of questions always get asked with this. How do you get that instruction? You need to clean slate the entire tactic and do the player roles first. It always works. Make sure you've got that covered. Now, the wing backs are going to be identical, but they have got a lot of instructions. So let's go over and lock in. Both of them are going to be on support. On the right hand side, we are going to tell them to cross from deep alongside of run wide, sit narrow, close down more, and also mark tight. Don't worry, we are going to go over it again for the second time. So let's go over again. Firstly, cross from deep. Secondly, run wide. Thirdly, sit narrow. Then the last two, close down more and also mark tight. So very, very aggressive wing backs, okay? I can't say that more. Very aggressive wing backs, but because we've got quite a reserve-free central back line where we've not got anything crazy going on with liberos or anything like that, we can afford to play this way with the wing backs, and they are going to play a vital role in getting the most from this tactic. In midfield, we are going to actually use an anchor, and he's going to come in and simply be on defend, and he's going to have some instructions. Again, close down less and also tackle harder. Now, when you say that two sort of combo instruction, you might think, hang on, close down less but tackle harder. It does actually work, because close down less just means that he won't be like a dog and running about and putting in challenges, but when he does go in, he is going to be quite aggressive and try and win the ball back. And again, if you think you're picking up too many bookends, you can simply tweak that and remove tackle harder, and it will improve it for you. I do want to quickly say at this part of the video, if you are interested in getting all of these wonderful perks, it does include all 3 tactics today. You get all of them on console and on mobile, the whole year's worth of tactics, that is over 230, over 80 rebuild files, one-on-one tactical help, ad-free viewing, early access, Patreon exclusive tactics, and also tons of other good stuff. Make sure you are coming over to the Patreon. We've got 30% off with code JD30. This is the best time to go and join the other 6,000 members. Make sure you do go get involved, because we've got some pretty cool stuff coming up. Don't miss out. Going up to the rest of the midfield, we are going to look to the left-hand side, and I actually wanted a deep line playmaker, so that's what we're going to have. He's going to come in on support, and he is going to be told to do a few things. The first one is going to be more direct passes, and the second thing is simply going to be tackle harder. So he is a bit more aggressive in that midfield, and to partner him, we are going to use a ball-winning midfield player who is simply going to be set to support, as he has the tackle harder instruction anyway, and that's all that I wanted. When it comes to the right-hand side, we are going to use an advanced forward who is going to come in on attack, and he is going to be told to do a few things. The first one, take more passing risks. The second one, stay wider. The third one, close down more. So a total of 4 instructions because naturally he will move into the channels. And to partner him on the left-hand side, we are going to use a target forward on support, and he's going to be told to shoot less and also move into the channels. And that is going to give you the player roles for the 5-3-2 meta. Going to in possession, we are going to go down to fairly narrow. We are also going to utilise low crosses alongside a passing into the space and playing out from the back. The tempo, as mentioned in the intro, is very low, in fact lower. The passing is down by 1 to shorter, and we actually be more disciplined. So despite being the top goal scorers, we're actually quite reserved. In transition, we're going to regroup and then counter while distributing quickly, and we're also going to play to the centre backs simply because we have 3 of them. Out of possession, we are going to deploy the mid block with the high defensive line, leave that bang in the middle, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, and also stay on feet when it comes to the tackling side to the tactic. Now, every good tactic, you need 3 versions, because the AI gets used to you mid-game, it gets used to you over a season, and that's where I've got your guys' back. You know, I come in, we've got a normal one, an attacking one, and a defensive one. The attacking one is purely to switch to for when you need that extra goal. Maybe you're drawing, maybe you're 1-0 down. This will go and get the goal, but as it says on the tin, it is attacking. It will be more vulnerable at the back. So you need to know when to use these. So if you've got any questions, when to use them, you can message me here, Patreon, Instagram, Twitter. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, by the way, because you can DM me questions as well. Make sure you can ask me anything. That's what I'm trying to get across. But basically, the key fundamentals: attacking to attack, defending to defend, balance to go into. So it is pretty simple, but I am happy to help out. Now, the player roles for this system, they are very similar. So the goalkeeper, for example, remains the same. The central defenders and the centre defender does remain the same. The anchor remains the same. A box-to-box comes in on the right-hand side on dribble more and get forwards. A Mazzala comes in on the left on more direct and tackle harder. Both of the wing-backs are both now on attack, on run wide, sit narrow, close down, and mark tight. And we double up on the advanced forward, but on the left, he's on the default, and on the right, he's on take more risks, stay wide, and close down more. Very key thing to say, we've also gone up to attacking when it comes to the mentality. In possession, down to 1 to fairly narrow, pass into the space, overlap right, overlap left, while playing out from the back. The tempo all the way up to higher, the passing down by 1 to shorter. Be more disciplined is going to remain even in the attacking variant, because I don't want ridiculous shots being taken. I just want more players going forward to create the sensible chance that we will take. In transition, the top 3 are going to be selected. Pretty common sense in an attacking version, and we've got no reason to change than other to play to the centre backs. Out of possession, we are going to whack the line up to the high press and the much higher defensive line. A maxed out trigger press, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, and also get stuck in when it comes to the tackling. Lastly, defensively, shut up shop. It's not pretty, it's pretty negative to be honest, but sometimes you got to seal out a game. The goalkeeper remains the same. The back 3 centre backs also remain the same. The wing backs don't. Both on defend, on sit narrow, close down, and mark tighter. The anchor remains the same. The ball winning midfield player remains the same. The DLP remains the same. The target forward the same. The advanced forward also the same. The big change, down to cautious. Down to cautious when it comes to the mentality. The width does remain the same. The approach play, we're still going to pass into the space. Still the low crosses. Still playing out from the back. But get ready. Play for set pieces. Maxed out time wasting, a lower tempo, and a completely, extremely direct passing, because we are going pretty negative. We are also going to regroup and then counter, slow the pace down, and simply play this time to the entire back line, because the wing backs will actually be quite level with the 3 centre backs. And out of possession, we're going to rock the standard line with the mid block, standard when it comes to the trigger press, and also stay on feet when it comes to the tackling. And that is going to give you not 1, not 2, but 3 versions of the 5-3-2 meta. Make sure you go and check it out. It's a very fun formation to use, very different to your 4-2-3-1s, your 4-3-3s, and at this stage of the game, have some fun. Use a different system. Hopefully you have enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And as always, comment below what you want to see next. And also, what team should we rebuild over 10 years using this tactic? Because I need help choosing. I'll see you in the next one.